Hey guys, it's Colin with Ghost Train Comics. Just got a couple of new books that came in today that I want to share with you. And here we go. And the first one we have is one I've been looking at for a while and finally got, which is Pluto. This is manga, Japanese format, right to left. Some color pieces in there as well. This is quite an interesting one, as it is based on a classic Tezuka property. So it's based on one of the first kind of popular, most influential manga, Astro Boy. You can kind of see it on my shelf behind me there, the big red book. The collection of the first Astro Boy volumes. This one is by Naoki Urasawa. Like I said, based on the idea by Osamu Tezuka. Also co-authored with Takashi Nagasaki. And supervised by Tezuka, Akota Tezuka, with the cooperation of Tezuka Productions. So this one is got the blessing of the Tezuka people, and yeah, I'm intrigued to get into it because it's like not quite an updating or an adult version, but certainly taking the themes in more of a gritty, realistic, modern direction, which would be scandalous if it wasn't done properly. As I know so many of the purists of manga wouldn't let it happen, or wouldn't have made it as popular as it is today if they didn't see it as being respectful and continuing the legacy of one of the greats. The second book we're looking at today is Ewing Green Lantern Volume 2. Guys, I am not kidding when I say I'm super psyched that this finally came out, because I'm mainly dealing with collected editions now. There's always a bit of a shift where you hear, how the reaction to some titles is going before you actually get a chance to read them. It does build up excitement, but it also, when you're as impatient as me, leaves you going, come on, let's hurry up. But I finally have it in my hands. Now, I love the first volume, and I do have a link, a link in the description to my review of the first volume of this title, also by Al Ewing and Geno Lindsay, with Sid Kodian Pressy. This one is the same main creative team of Al Ewing, writer Geno Lindsay as main artist, with Jason Howard, Riley Rossmo, and Sid Kodian. We also have colorists Geno Lindsay, Naoki Azepiatsu, and Pressy as colors, and Lucas Catoni as letterer. And we have a couple of people on the design front, which is Steve Cook, design director for books and publication design, as well as Larry Berry, brand design and creative services. So there's a lot of folks going into making sure this looks good, feels good, has a unified design sense, and gets the job done. I love the first volume. There was some criticism of this book that it was slow, and there was various people online saying that they had dropped it and then come back to it as the hype started to pick up. It's very Al Ewing though. He's very, like Ram V, he's very deep. I don't think it was slow in the first volume. Maybe that's just me. I enjoyed the kind of cosmic theme and exploring, the characters, letting the interactions grow at the right pace, and there was enough mystery to keep my interest sustained. So zero complaints, but I am excited if even the people who are impatient, who were not early adopters, are massive fans of this book are now excited about it, and that makes me feel this is going to be a total banger. It is, like I said, issue 7 to 12. It's called Sojourner, which of course is Joe Mullen's full name. And yeah, I will have a review done of that to match the first one. And the next foray into Absolute Universe will be Absolute Flash in 2 weeks' time. When we get that, I'll do a calendar piece just to catch you guys up on what I have coming out, what I'll be getting in for Ghost Train Comics, and what reviews we'll be looking at. But in the meanwhile, take care of yourselves. Thank you so much for tuning in to this one. Love to hear your comments, love to hear your thoughts on Green Lantern or Manga or Pluto. And remember to please subscribe and drop a like on this and let us know what you want to see and how you're enjoying everything. But until next time, thanks all. Bye-bye.